Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy freezing Monday. It is cold. If you're in a warmer client, good for you. Send some our way. I hope you guys had a good weekend. All right, so I'm on my final week before Christmas break. So let's make the best of it. Now, I'm starting questions. Coffee page is open. And y'all want to hear a funny story? Just to make you laugh. That's hilarious. This morning, it started over the weekend. I received an email, and someone had requested that they were short on cash, but they really, really needed a reading. And I always try to work with people the best I can because I know everybody's hurting for money. But the question was, last year I invested in a lot of foreign currency, and I'd be happy to pay you with that. I just don't have cash right now in US dollars. And I went, okay, I've never been asked that before, but first let me make sure it's legal. You just never know, for tax purposes, stuff like that. So I had to wait till this morning to call my fiduciary lawyer. He wasn't available, but he called me back. And I said, I have an odd question for you. I said, someone wants to pay me with foreign currency. And he knows what I do for a living. And he goes, yeah, it's totally legal. It's totally fine. You all just have to, as long as both parties agree. And for tax purposes at the end of the year, you might want to do a gift letter of exchange of services. And I said, okay, so I'm making notes. And he goes, he's telling me some of the legalities, date it, names, blah, 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 figure out what I would accept, all the legalities of it. He goes, you could just say in there, gift exchange of entertainment services. And I thought about it for a second. And then I burst out laughing. And I went, does that sound right to you? Entertainment services? So after we both laughed hysterically, we got down and finished the legalities without it saying that. So in about a 20-minute conversation, I became the pimp and the hoe. But it was all legal. I just thought it was funny, and I would share with you. But King of Wands would be proud. Okay. Maybe it's just me, but I thought it was hilarious. Entertainment services. Wow. Questions are filling up fast, guys. I got room for a couple more. All right. So what'd you all do this weekend? Did you provide entertainment services? Just curious. Tiny dancer, sing to me, Rocco. Come on now. All right. What's going on in the world? Anything? Probably a lot, but I'm trying not to pay attention. Staying warm. I hear you. Whew. I think it was 1 degree when I woke up. Felt like 10 below or something like that. All right. The Christmas StreamYard's offering these banners. I thought, oh, that's cute. So I decided to use it. Jojo McWill, prayers for you, love. I'm sorry you're under the weather. All right. Christmas market. Nice. All right, guys. We gotta shut them down. That didn't take long. Lisa, I saw that. Now, I don't wish ill will upon anybody, but we in the Intel community know that he was at the top of the list for bad guys. And I believe that he was removed a long time ago. This is the story that they went with. So, you gotta love the little baby petri dishes, don't you, Joe? I'm telling you. This is okay. Yeah, stabbed to death. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, horse crap. They were taken a long time ago. This is just for entertainment purposes only, and I'm not putting that on my tax form. Okay, let's jump over to coffees. See what we got. Wyletta. Well, she knows how to get in here early. All right. Hi, Jen. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What does this week bring for me, please and thank you? Well, let's pray we get a different reading for you, darling. All right. Miss Wyletta. And if I have to pause somewhere in the show to let the kitty cats inside, I will have to because it is quite cold. But this is the first time they've been out. They needed a little fresh air, and of course, Boomer has to be nosy. But they may want back in before I'm done. All right. I hope everyone is staying warm and keeping their fur babies warm too. That's important. I always feel sorry for people that don't bring their animals in. It drives me crazy. Or doesn't at least make suitable arrangements for their fur babies. Wyletta. Sometimes you gotta dig deep, don't you, love? Shine your light and don't be the negative. All right. There is a feminine energy coming in here that likes to be judgmental towards you, and it wears you out. I know, even if you have said before, no, I don't let it bother me. It can bother you deep down. It can. So you're going to be the bigger person here. Ground that energy when you feel it. If you ever feel, you know what they say, you feel your ears burning, so to speak. This is one of those dig deep, be the bigger person, and no matter how negative they are around you or talk about you, you're the bigger person. You stabilize the energy, you come out on top, okay? When you present yourself in a different position instead of being negative in return, believe it or not, it can be contagious. And they're like, what are you smoking? I want some. Yeah, the base card is the thief and liar card. What you give back the universe picks up on. You be the bigger person. But there is a feminine energy here that likes to run their mouth. It ain't me, I promise. Take no matter what you hear or experience, and don't push that same energy back out there. Do just love through it. Sometimes you start out gritting your teeth, but do your best. Okay? So this week may be a little rocky with somebody who doesn't know how to stop a yap at their jaws. Okay? There's something about the holidays that has something to do with this, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a difference of opinion of what you choose to do for the holidays celebrating. Okay. All right. So maybe I have people posting on my YouTube at 9 a.m. in the morning on Friday. That's pretty early. I don't know that they hold the questions any more than an hour. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes I can go in there and the questions have been up for a while and they're still there, but that's insane. Sorry, Wyletta. Honey, I wish I don't want to wish. Let's manifest that your situation, that yes, wings, 111, okay, that it gets less stressful. I really want that for you because there's a lot of people in here that have the repetitive energy that keeps coming in, but that is the one that needs to be addressed more than anything. Stronger energies, negative or not, tend to come in more that you have to fight against. Okay? All right. Let's see. All right. JD's got the next one. Jen, I feel as if info has come through on humanitarian stuff. Like I'll be teaming up with existing groups and people, not starting from scratch on my own. Thoughts. Love and gratitude. Okay. Which is totally an option. Some people don't want to start from scratch. It's because it's a lot. Let's see. Baby, that doesn't shock me that you've been doing that because those spirits are clinging on to any hope of finding a host that they can. And they're not happy. They feel that their demise is at hand. So JD, you just kind of want to contribute financially to someone else's existing project, or maybe co-partner with somebody. You just don't want to do it by yourself. I get it. Good for you. I'm too much of a control freak. This is absolutely a fantastic idea. Just make sure that you're not setting up yourself. There's interesting advice in here. Okay, so this is you. This is all pentacles. This is setting up foundations because this is generational. Long-term, maybe foundations. What is the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It'll pop to me. You did get this download. And yes, you have thought it through. Good idea. In the future, this is a reason to celebrate. Okay, this is a new thing. In the future, you might come up with a new idea to do something yourself. Because just writing the check is wonderful. But if you're relinquishing some of the creative thought process, this might bring disappointment and loss. Okay, like it wasn't what you thought it would be. Or you might not get a lot of emotional fulfillment out of it. It might feel cold just to write a check. I think that you've got your own versions and ideas of what you can do. Good investment. You might want to ponder on it. For right now, if that's how you want to start, absolutely, that's fine. Give yourself time. Don't try to rush it. Okay? Just, there's some kind of energy there that you kind of want to see some things go through, but the vision's in your head, and no one can get in there and unlock it but you, if that makes sense. And don't stress yourself out over thinking, man, I got to turn every ounce of dirt. I've got to be on site every day. That's not true. If you can get the best architecture and creative designs in a room, you try to explain to them what you want. Let them put it on paper, put it in action. You're still in charge of it, but you don't have to be out there sweating your arse off. Okay? Give it time. As of right now, it's fine. Absolutely. Just long term, you may have a little bit of regret or disappointment that it wasn't what you thought. Okay? No rush. All right. Miss Colleen, can I have a reading for my family for the rest of December, please and thank you? Interesting. Now, I'm going to do this based on the calendar that we're looking at. Halfway through the month, today's the 15th. Julian calendar, today's the first day of December. We're just getting started. So, but I'm going to base it on the calendar that we're staring at, okay? Wings is emphasizing that this energy can change. You know that. The strongest energies come the first few days of the reading. Depending upon how you handle it, will determine the rest of the month. Yeah, that's okay. There was a stressful energy I kept picking up on, and based on how you handle it is going to determine how the rest of the month will go. There's struggle, fighting, arguing. This could be internal. You maybe you're just arguing with yourself, but it could be external as well. And this is financial investment. There may be this battle of back and forth, back and forth. Is this a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Did I do the right thing? What the hell's going on financially? The Divine Creator says, I got you, okay? But you're going to have some tough decisions to make here in the next couple of weeks, okay? Because you have that too. Use logic and intelligence. He's highly intelligent. That means we don't always lead with our gut. Sometimes we have to use rational thought as well. So it's more like a balance. All right. I see where the struggle's coming from. There is a concern about somebody blowing smoke up your arse. Okay. This is being hoodwinked and tricked. You're gonna those tough decisions. You want to make the right ones, and you don't want to be tricked for it. But in the next 2 weeks, there is getting a call, getting your attention. That's generational wealth. In that aspect, you'll have to follow your gut. You got a good balance the next 2 weeks using logic and thought and gut instinct. Put them together. All right. Next, as far as your family goes, is there someone that's not celebrating holidays that can't come? Maybe there's some disappointment. They can't travel. Because this is traveling, someone feeling left out in the cold. You know, we live in a world of modern technology. FaceTime, Zooming. No, it's not the same thing, and we can't physically hug our loved ones, but this is almost a call to try to make sure that everyone feels included. But don't wear yourself out by calling 100 people. Does that make sense? Just go with the flow. Meaning holiday celebrations and things like that, you want a quieter side, that's fine. But don't be disappointed with it. Okay? All right. Terry, what darn phone call interrupted my listening pleasure? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see. It's nice when it's small and quiet. I agree. All of my youngins, well, I wouldn't call them youngins, they're all grown. They're all doing their own thing. The littles are going somewhere else, and they're celebrating with Kayla's other half's family, and they're all and whatever you want to call them, siblings. Plus, she's almost getting ready to have this baby, so they were kind of keeping it bare minimum. So we're just going to Lee and I really need a break just to chill out where we're not running around doing everything for everybody else. That's our plan. Don't hate me if I'm gone, but we need a break. All right. Let's see. I think that's it for coffees. Let's jump over to our stars. Coffee page is always open throughout the show. Brother Roy, is the pond frozen? Because it sure is cold enough. Could you please provide a message from Spirit for you? Sure. All right. Yes, I'll see. All right, he doesn't want this deck. Brother Roy, you special. We have to change the deck. Okay. Terry, is it sunny? It's sunny here, but it's cold. Now, Rocco was in here. I know he's busy, but anybody else in Pennsylvania? JD, somebody up northern of me. I heard that y'all got a lot of snow. Did y'all get like what I call a shit ton? That's a redneck measurement. Just curious. Roy, do we want to take bets if patients will come in here? I'm just curious. 41. So baby, that's a heat wave, darling. Now, Roy, you behave yourself. Roy, you know I love you. No, Temperance did not come in here. But the first card that you start out with is the Devil card. Now, I want you to understand something. Devil doesn't always, the card in tarot doesn't always represent evil. You know this, you've been in tarot class. But it does represent temptation and bad habits. Don't be tempted And I get the feeling that this is a relationship that you're working on and pushing towards. Okay. You're working on that woman. Okay. And this happily ever after. You need to be strategic with your words and how pushy you are, or you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay. All right. Don't be a hoe. Okay. We love you. This is something that is going to take time. So Spirit says all those thoughts that you have big plans in your head and everything, kind of breathe through it. All right. Breathe through it. Interesting. Final advice for Brother Roy. I pulled 3 tens. Tens are finalization. Okay. We don't want to wrap things up too quickly because this is a hurtful words. Okay. Let's not be harsh. Let's not be pushy. I'm not saying you're going to do anything to be mean to somebody, but it would quickly end the relationship if you pushed too hard, too fast, verbally. Okay. Surrender to the thought of it's going to be okay. Maybe we start out working together and have a professional relationship, and then that builds up to long-term happiness. Your base card says a lot. Small, slow and steady, carefully with emotions, small offerings of affection. So I don't foresee Brother Roy serenading and singing under her window, but I do see Brother Roy with simple, sweet gestures of conversation and possible work-related things way before it turns romantic. She's not comfortable yet. Okay? So Roy, that's what it's focusing on, even though your thoughts is like, let's get it done. Okay? Slow down. Patience. Patience, grasshopper. All right. Bonita, 8 to 10 inches of snow. Good grief. So, baby, are you pulling my leg? 70 degrees next week? Wow. Still patient. Yeah. I know. And Roy's like, I don't want to hear this crap, Jen. I'm sorry. That's what it pulled. Well, the baby, if it's going to be 70 for you, maybe it'll be 70 for me shortly after that. It's usually how it works, right? All right. Sister Marcy, is AB negative the rarest bloodline? Appreciate you. I know what we've been made to believe. Been made to believe a lot of things. Because we were told that it was RH negative, lots of different things. But we'll take a look. That's basically a yes or no. There may be, I've always gotten the feeling that there's bloodlines we don't even know about. Hi, Andrea. Welcome, love. AB, the rarest bloodline. Okay, wings. Pictionary time. Where a lot of us are really wrapped up into bloodlines, blood types, which is important, but he shows me DNA strands. We should really be focused more on the types and amount of DNA strands. Okay. So this is a yes or no. It's one of them, not the rarest. Now I understand. Wings is, believe it or not, he's right. He said we need to get a different perspective of when we start analyzing. I'm not picking on Miss Marcy. This is in general. Our curiosity of why people question the rarity and stuff like that. We need to get a different perspective because there's a whole lot more to it. It really has to do with DNA. This is a yes, but it's one of three that are the strongest. There is so much more to this. There's more of a divine balance here. One of three are the most sought after. I guess you could use that term. Does that make sense? So it's one of three. Means if you looked at it from a human statistic point of view, they're all about the same amount of people for those three bloodlines, but they're all three important. All three, maybe they do something different. I don't know the details. The base card says a lot. We need to stop worrying about blood types and focus more on the overall DNA, the strands, the light strands, the crystalline side of things. Because in the crystalline body, blood's not an issue. Everything's of light. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Way to be vague. Yay. I just realized how frizzy my hair is. You know, in the heat in the winter months, it gets so dry. My hair just decides to go poof. Roy, you always get patient. That's just divine spirit picking up on the one thing that you either lack or need to work on more than anything. And it's frustrating to get that every time. Like, why can't I get something different? Be patient and you will. Where's the irony in that? We love you. It's okay to ask. But you know how this works. Divine spirit picks up on the strongest energy needing to be addressed. I know. Be in the moment. I know. Easier said than done. Everybody gets tired of hearing it. I'm sick of hearing it. Tell me what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm psycho, not psychic. I use tools. All right. Brother Roy. General message for all of us. Okay. The whole kit and caboodle, as we say. What do we got? The whole collective. Thank you, Brother Roy, for thinking of all of us. Let's get a message for all of us. Love, love, love. Even if we're loving through gritted teeth, right? It might be patience too, Roy. You never know. Twos and twos and twos and twos. A lot's going to happen within the next 2 weeks. You know how Spirit's kind of picked up, everybody's on their own level or a different path. But there's still a lot of people that are on the fence. I'm not saying there's a lot of people on the fence in here, because we're in this spiritual family. Regardless of our level, we're still focused on the same goal. We need to focus on the celebration of where we're at and all the new things that are manifesting and coming to fruition, not on what we're leaving behind. This guy is about loss and sadness because he's focused on what you're losing and leaving behind, or emotional changes in your life, because it might be people heading to a whole new world. Some people won't get to go, and that might be sad to you. Let's focus on the stuff that's still standing, okay? We still need to focus on whatever God's plan is very strategic, and we need to trust that. This is in the past. There's information coming through, and we're trying to think it through, and we're trying to make it rational. And sometimes I don't know that God's rational. He does what he wants to do when he wants to do it, right? We have some twos in here, guys. This is fear of the unknown in the next 2 weeks. It could go this way. It could go that way. Let's not focus on the negative. Okay, let's focus on making deals, coming together in the next 2 weeks. Energies are really important. Don't ask me why. I'm just working here. All right. Roy, you asked for the collective. Now, I know that there's some people in here that are not into the financial RV side of the future. I get it. I respect it. But the majority of the energies are, and that is what it's picking up on. Make sure, now it says 2 weeks, within 2 weeks, whether it's within or at 2 weeks, make sure you don't get tricked about your investments. Okay? Don't make knee-jerk, irrational decisions. Okay? Let's put it this way. I don't worry about you all being offended. When you're desperate, you make desperate choices, and you could go too fast. Slow down. Think it through. But all of this is lined up and ready to go. And look, this is financial stability. And you have twos. So within the next 2 weeks. Okay? All right. Seek all the information that you possibly can. This is seeking new knowledge. That means before we sign any contracts, do any business deals, don't go in there and go, I'm broke. Give me what you got. No, slow down, because that's when you get screwed over. Okay? All right? Hear multiple things from multiple people, and then pray about it and decide. Okay, so that's overall majority of the collective reading. Okie dokie? Do with it what you will. If you're not in that and you're like, I have no desire to be any part of this RV crap or whatever you call it, okay, then just step away. All right? Miss Mary, how are you, honey? Today's my nephew's heavenly birthday. Happy heavenly birthday. They celebrate in heaven. He was only 16 when he passed from cancer. Ugh. A disease that should never exist. Has he reincarnated, or is he with a divine creator? Good question. Okay. Thanks for coming, Brother Roy. Enjoy your meeting. Patience, patience. You know I love you. All right. Yes, baby. Where are we at, Silver? 63? All right. It's only Monday. Let's give it some time. Paul, are you serious? Anthony Geary died. Oh, everyone loves Luke and Laura. If you're not an old school soap opera fan from General Hospital, you wouldn't understand. That's a sad loss. I don't know nothing about the man personally, but hell of an actor. Thank you for that information, Paul. Prayers for his family. All right, Mary, let's find out if nephew has reincarnated. Yes. He's back here. Reincarnated back into the same family. I know Mary's going, why? All right. There's your family. Happy. Started new. Came right back in, actually. Within 2. Made the tough decision. So that could be 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, but quite quickly came back. Now, there's no way for me to tell you who it is. You would have to come up with, maybe between here and Wednesday, you can think of who you think it might be. A lot of times they tend to carry the same personality. And then we could pull a yes or no on who it could be. But it says, yes, he came back into your family. Unfinished business. Okie dokie. I have a froggy in my throat. Maybe it was dry. I should use more olive oil when I cook them. I don't know. It's just dry. It's time for me to put a pot of water on the stove. What do you think? Okay. Miss Mary's got the next one. Mary says, Mary, I have a general reading for the next 2 weeks. Mary, you asking yourself or me? I'm pretty sure that just means may I? Yes, darling. All right. Well, we got a general one for the collective. Let's find out for you in particular. This Thursday, if you are in our humanitarian group, we will meet. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll just sit and look at each other and smile and be happy and just talk and go over any questions or just love on each other and see how pretty we are. And there's no set agenda, but I figured it would be a good idea that we meet before the holidays. And yes, I know. Wayne says, clarify to those who can't make it. If you can't make it to the humanitarian, I will summarize in an email to everyone what is discussed and if there's anything important. Mary, do you plan on having any like Christmas holiday with your grown children? Just curious. These are your kids, your sons. All your young'uns. Are you doing a big Christmas? It can represent kids, grandkids, the whole shebang. Mary. Why does it feel like a broken record? You know that you can't say anything of the investments that you're making. You have to not tell them because they'll just get all excited. You're going to smile, pat their little heads, and go, Merry Christmas, but you're not saying anything. The next 2 weeks, you're being patient just a little while longer. Here's your celebration. And this is God moving, shining a light on something. I think it's more of you control your emotions. So whatever celebrations that you're doing over the holidays with all these kids and all these generational younger people than you may be biting your tongue because you have information that you just don't want to tell them yet. Megan, email me. It's in the description box. You send me an email and I can add you to the list. You'll get invited to a Zoom meeting. We just talk about the future in the foreign currencies and bonds, humanitarian projects, if you have any questions. But email me, and if you're interested, I'll add you to the group. It's never too late to learn about it if you're just getting started. But anyway, Miss Mary, you may have to spend your Christmas chewing on an old dirty sock or a stick or something just to hold your excitement in. You think you could do that? No, it didn't say you could skip town. Okay. You do what you want to, but you're going to be very, very happy. Okay. Thank you, Joe Petrie. I felt your energy in here, but I hadn't seen you in the chat. Or maybe I did earlier on. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm at. Okay. I think I'm still reeling over the excitement of providing entertainment services. Okay. Miss Pam. Is the person I'm thinking about named James and I from the same soul group dimension? Okay. Now, Miss Pam, just in case the answer is no, between here and the next show, if it says no, you're not, you could come up with a question is any idea of our past relation, but well, we don't know yet. All right. All right. Are y'all from the same soul tribe, soul family? Could be star family. Energies are there. Feel very connected to this person. It's a huge energy there. Yeah. Most certainly. Most certainly. It's taking y'all a while to kind of come back around and meet up with these energies. Yeah, this is something that you've wondered for a long time. Like, you've just been curious about it. Now, there's some information here that Spirit doesn't want to release yet. I don't know that it's you're not quite ready or he's not quite ready. You just may not be. These are two secret cards saying, yeah, we're not ready to reveal it all at once. These are secret cards. There's some underlying things that we just can't come out and say yet. Give it a little bit of time, but there's a connection here. Definitely. Okay, so this is a whole different world. The world card was in the past position. That means that you came from a different world together. This card, this is happily ever after, joining again. That's the future. And it's also working together on a new project, new endeavor. So definitely yes, but there's not a lot of details. And your base card is the Sun card. Yesy wings. Okay. They will give me a little bit. You may be wondering about relationship. Are we blood related? Are we what is the relationship here? That's a marriage card. So if you feel very, very close to this person in one form or another, that's because you were a couple. So it does confirm. Okay. So you don't have to worry about the no answer. You get a strong, strong yes. Now, if it's something weird, you know this person and you're like, but I'm related to them, that we come back in all different forms, different genders, different relationships. It's a really weird spiritual conversation to have with somebody. I married my cousin, my brother, twice removed. Spiritually. Okay. All right. Miss Megan's got the next one. What's the most efficient way to break a generational curse and pattern? Cleansing prayer, cutting cords. Miss Nadia does this with generational tree cleansings. I believe she still does them. I haven't talked to her for a while, but there's cords, spiritual cords that stay attached, and it comes with a lot of what's the term I'm looking for? They take root and they hold on to every generation after that. So you're spiritually going in and cutting ties, cutting cords, saying certain prayers and words, releasing past generations of anything, not giving consent for the attachment to hold on to each generation. So there is, if you want to email, you're going to email me anyway. Remind me in the email, and I can send you Nadia's email, and you can reach out to her. She does cord cutting for generationals. It depends on how bad it is and what it is. Sometimes prayer just does it. Cleansing, saging. It's really up to you. People are on different levels. So throw that in your email, and I will send you over to Nadia, who does clearings. Okie dokie. Yeah, Dr. Cho does forgiveness meditations. Thank you, Zababy. He is on YouTube, so you can look him up, and it's a guided meditation. He will give you the proper, um, basically, words to say, procedure. And if anybody can find his YouTube channel, feel free. Mods, you have the ability to drop the link into the chat room for Miss Megan. But you could do it on your own if you didn't want to reach out to someone else. You could do the guided meditation. Just be present with it. You can't do it when you're distracted with 100 million things. You got to make sure you're in a calm, quiet place, and then walk through it. You may do it 2 or 3 times, but I guarantee you it works. Okay? All right. Miss Charlotte, when I cry, don't cry. I love you. Sometimes crying's necessary. It makes you feel better. Am I grieving timelines? Songs hit me hard sometimes. I love you and appreciate you. I love and appreciate you. You know that we just did that reading on the collective that says emotionally we're about to change, shift over to a divine, positive, beautiful reward timeline. But the human side of us are holding on to the people that we know that probably just aren't going to move with us. and that can bring on sadness. You can love them to death, but you know they're not awake and they're just not ready spiritually. It's okay to grieve that. Just don't hold on to it. You have to be able to release and let go. And you know that the universal language of music is a huge trigger for that. But I'll pull cards for you and see. Things could be going great for you. Whew. Pressure and ear ringing. Things could be going great for you, but you're sad for the people that just didn't quite wake up spiritually to see truth, even though it's right in front of them, and it's frustrating. It's sad. It's sad, but we got work to do. Now, the choice is always yours, whether you stay back or not. Yeah, absolutely. So, some great advice. Great advice. Okay. Miss Charlotte, you know that you always have free will to decide what you want to do, okay? And they also had free will to decide whether or not they were going to listen. How many people do we have in our friends, family, or circle, coworkers, whatever we've been trying to shake awake for years or months or whatever the timeline is? And it bothers you. Don't let it bother you. You can't do anything about it. Their time will come. But this is a strong yes to your question. The best advice that Spirit's giving, focus on your victory and your celebration and walk away. We have to get a different perspective. Okay? You will have your opportunity to do this later. Reconnect with them when they catch up. Because looky here, this is giving and receiving. That's an RV card, and that's strength. Relationships will strengthen later, but we have to walk away first. Try not to focus on the sad part of what you're leaving behind, because then this guy gets his grips in you and he's like, good, I got another one. Just holding you back. Don't allow it. Allow yourself to grieve and walk away. Okay? Allow yourself to do the release. If it's through music, do it. If it's through forgiveness meditation or cutting those cords, whatever it is, you do you and then walk away. Remember, we've talked about leaving things at God's altar and say, I'm giving this to you because I don't want to handle it anymore. We dump it and we walk away. We don't run back 5 minutes later and say, I'll take this piece and hold on to it because, God, I don't think you can handle it. We've got to stop doing that. Release it all. Don't run back for the piece because you miss it. We're control freaks. All right. Are y'all doing spelling corrections? Master Co, yeah, is C-O. We're a bunch of rednecks. We spell the way it sounds, right? All right. Thank you, Terry. All right. And Charlotte, I want you to also keep in mind, everybody keep in mind that when you go through a sad time, you could also be preparing for one of your fractals to return. Unless you're specifically looking for it in a question, it's kind of hard to pick up on. Lots of forms of grieving. All right. Someone. Hi, Miss Bonita. Will the new John Deere pickup truck costing $19,000 make the rest of car manufacturers lower their prices? Wow. You know what comes to mind right off the bat, Miss Bonita, is this is how they slow roll out the old prices. You know how a lot of us have heard, well, they'll go back to the 1950s prices. Somebody's got to start the ball rolling. That's what comes to mind. But let's take a look. We're not hating on you, baby. We love you. We don't judge nobody on their spelling, just like y'all don't judge me on how I talk. Y'all laugh about it. Because I'm here to provide entertainment services. Anyway, now that you're creeped out. All right. John Deere truck. I haven't seen it. You said it's a pickup truck, so it's not a big rig, right? I can't imagine getting a big rig for $19,000. Let's see. Bare bones truck. Well, that's all you need. Go back to old carburetors and stuff. Get rid of all this fuel injection crap. It's my opinion. It's just because I know how to fix one of those, not this new stuff. Tripp's behind this, isn't he? Was this one of the deals that he made? Yeah, moving forward in the future, this is to basically they are introducing, they're slowly introducing old ways. Absolutely. So you're going to start hearing more and more about this. The logic, the legal reasons of why, this has to do with inflation and all that crap too. Mr. T is behind this. Somebody had to make the first offer, and this is it. Okay. So moving forward in the future, they're going to get rid of all of this robbing you blind for garbage. They just don't make stuff like they used to. It's going to be a slow roll. Don't run out and buy stuff right off the bat. Okay. I would give it a little while. I don't really understand timing. What does a little while mean? Because I get the impression that they will make stupid mistakes. Now, the King of Wands, he's like, okay, let's get it done. But sometimes you could go too fast and make mistakes. Let's not make bigger junk. Does that make sense? Because then you're losing integrity behind the product. But yes, this is a slow rollout for going back to the older prices. Okay. I don't think they have a choice. The base card is the Ten of Swords. Contractually, they don't have a choice. Okay. Give it a little while. We don't want them to jip on the integrity of the value of the product. You know what they say, you get what you pay for. I agree, as a baby. They don't, if we're going to pay that kind of money for something, I'm talking about modern day 70 to 100 grand vehicles. You can buy a damn house for that. At least make sure that it doesn't break down in 30 days, especially with all these sensors and all that crap. Ugh. Anyway, but yes, Miss Bonita, it does confirm. Yep. Somebody had to start it. Your little old red truck, 73,000. It's ridiculous. And they're not even made of pure steel like they used to. I mean steel. Fiberglass and crap. Joe Tree. How are you, honey? And hi to Miss Eve if she's listening. We'll wave. Is there something that Miss Wings, Miss Georgia, has been trying to tell me? Is she jumping on your head or shaking you? Let's see. Now, I know that wingsies in any form do not get out of breath, but she's showing me she's out of breath. What does this mean? Oh, traveling. She's traveling. I'm trying to figure out where she's going. Yeah, that's the first card that came out. Look at these. She's traveling. Where's she going? Did you send her on some kind of mission? She's going back and forth. She's going back and forth. Wow. This is King of Pentacles. Now, I almost thought that was Ed at first. This had to do with Smiley, and it still can. You have the Star card in here. There is something more on the galactic side. Apparently, she's a mediator. This is from your galactic family, but you're not with them right now. You're by yourself. Of course, she's going to be secretive. You have a lot of fours in here. 4, 4, 4, 4. They're just being secretive. There's something coming, Joe. Hold on. There's something about to. This is a huge manifestation. You need to stay focused. Focus. It's nothing for you to worry about. This is all divine. Of course, you know that because George is divine. She's traveling back and forth between you and the galactic. It's a protective thing, but it's beyond the veil, and it's also another secret card. She doesn't really want to say. She's like, none of your business, all right? I'm protecting her. Don't worry about it. I'm going to tell her something big's coming. The base card is Judgment. Said, don't worry. She'll know it when she sees it. And there's your Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so she's sassy and bossy, and I don't want to fight with her. So I'm going to take none of your business as none of your business. Not you, me. Oh, he's not a man. No. The King of Pentacles in this is generational wealth. She don't have to fly. She can ride with you. I don't know what she's doing. I'm afraid to ask. She kind of got the hand on the hip. Don't you worry about it, all right? Joe asked, not me. Okay. Yeah, she sounds like Joe Petrie. Okay. I'm just going to love on her from a distance. Okay. I'm going to stand side by side and do what I do with Joe Petrie. I'm just going to rest my elbow on her pretty little head because I love her. Hi, Miss Eve. I figured you was listening. All right. So, Joe, I'm going to take none of your business as none of your business. She's busy. That's what I got. I'm busy. Don't worry about it. Okay. Sorry I asked. Okay. This is a baby. How are you, darling? What did I see walking across the highway in town coming home from the store? It was me. I was providing entertainment services. Sorry. You all went, whoop. Okay. Well, let's find out. I love you too, JoJo. All right. What'd you see, baby? I promise it would be on the street corner. It's too damn cold. All right. What was zipping? Something going really fast. I have to try to get the gist of what's going on. What is the secrets? Damn. Okay. I'm not telling you. What are they just not just they just don't want to work. Angel. There's something angelic here. But there's also something else. See? More secrets. There's also a manifestation of something that I don't like. It's creepy. That's the zipping I kept seeing. Zip, zip. He goes really, really fast. This is a spiritual... Yeah, there's two. But how? There's a place in your community, wherever this is your community. There's a lot of traffic here, both good and bad. I'm curious as a baby, do you feel that there's almost like a portal or energetic vortex? We call them portals, but they could just be energetic vortexes. Same thing, black hole, I don't care, wormhole, whatever you want to call it. You can see through it. There's something not good, and then you have angelic, looking like a dog, then it turned into a man. Okay, well, that's the not good. Then you can see through it. That's where you get the spiritual energy. The bad people are a block away. They may be trying to creep out. She goes, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, woman. I know, I get it. Well, you have two energies. The angelic side, because I do believe that there's barriers up this thing can't get through. But there's a negative energy here. And it's like the good's guarding the bad from coming back and forth. What is the name of the... There's a particular name of the dog man something something. Does it start with a C? Kabara something, maybe something like that. I don't think that it's a skinwalker. It doesn't feel like a skinwalker. This is more of the... And not even werewolfy. Not even werewolfy. It just crossed the street. It was weird. Well, there's some kind of energy vortex. This is how they travel back and forth. But you do have an angelic presence here that's not allowing it to get out of where it's allowed to go. I hope that makes sense. Two energies. You weren't losing your marbles any more than we accept. And you were protected. But you have to understand, you're spiritually awakened. That veil is very thin to you now. You're going to start to see a lot of this stuff. That ain't the first funny looking creature you're going to see. It may take your breath at first, breathe through it, and go, oh, hell no. You call in your angels and Yeshua. Absolutely. Capybara. Yeah, well, that sounds about right. Koopa Cabra. Koopa. Why do I feel like I need to bang on bongos? Yes. All of the above, that kind of creature. Go look it up and see if it feels right. Okay. All right. Terry, behave yourself. All right. Miss Mary. Well, I answered your question. So if you weren't in here earlier, I did get your questions answered, Lovey. So you watch the replay. No worries, the baby. Welcome to the spiritual circus, where you see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Nothing to fear. Shapeshifters and all that fun stuff. All right, so baby's got the next one. Message from my family, please. Thank you for what you do. You're welcome. Junior sees a lot of stuff too. Yeah, it's just spiritual awakening. You're awake, you're open to it. Of course, you don't give consent to the crap. Subway can't interfere with you. And if you, especially if you're on an energetic ley line, it's even stronger. Okay. There's a baby, there's a female. I believe it's your daughter. She's holding a gift. Is this, I'm still shuffling. Is this a gift for Zayden? Is that what you're doing? Well, that would make sense. It's a gift for the youngin'. Yep, that's what it is. Your daughter's really, she's the one coming through. I know you said from family, but she's the strongest energy coming in here. A lot of don't get distracted. Focus. Okay, don't get distracted. This is lean on your faith, not your hope. Lean on faith. Okay, it's well aspected. Hope, healing, optimism for the future. This is Star card. Here's your RV card. There is a gift she wants to give Zayden. Mom, I know you're tired, but keep pushing through. Very, very sweet. Does Zayden admit to talking to her? Because she talks to him all the time too. There's a lot of communication. He may not tell you if it's happening. But for you, don't give up, Mom. It's right there. Tens. Something's finishing up. It's wrapping up. But she's holding a gift that she wants to give Zayden. Apparently, I'm not allowed to know what it is. The reason I'm not allowed to know what it is. It's a secret. That's between mother and son. But she's communicating with him a lot. And like I said, I don't know that he's going to admit to that. But hang in there, Mom. She's like, don't worry, Mom. I talk to him all the time. Okay. He's spoiled. He just got a new computer. Oh, well. Maybe her energy's behind that. She's just showing me a gift to him. But she's there. She's cheerleading you on, darling. It's one of those I think I can. All right. Charlene. Question. Any good news for the collective this week? Oh, she wants it this week. She's like, now, I'm not waiting 2 weeks. I want it right now. Huh. All right. Well, let's push spirit even further and say, we want this week. What do you have to tell us? Sometimes I wish spirit would speak redneck directly and not me interpret it, because it would probably come out. How about you calm your ass down and be patient? That's just the way I feel that it would come through. But it doesn't. It's always lovely. Be still. Wait. That's okay. Charlene, 2 different questions. He asked for like the next couple of weeks or so, and you're asking this week, I want it now. J.D. Wentworth. It's It's my money and I want it now. It may not even be financially related. It could be anything. But what do we need to know this week? Ooh. Well, we're going to start in the past position. Something we've been thinking about, worrying about, and we shouldn't be worrying about it. It's just, I think it's financial. Everybody's hurting right now. Whether you're in this RIRB thing or not, everybody's hurting. We need to expect to hear or watch, whether you're in the U.S. or not. We focus on the U.S. information politically because it affects the whole world, okay? So if you're new here and from a different country, I'm not excluding you, but we need to pay attention. Mr. and Mrs. Trump, the Emperor and the Empress are coming in here. World leaders. Keep your emotions in check. You know how we always have to read or understand a code when he speaks or she speaks? There's always something behind it. But this is all positive. There's the Sun. That's generational stability and wealth. All right. There's a little bit of a slow roll out. You said this week. So death is into old systems, beginning of new systems. So we might be hearing, maybe Mr. T might come out, whatever it is, the base card says, you're going to be happy about it. He might come out and make an announcement and say, you know what, this ain't working anymore. Let's start this new system. He's just going to start speaking to, we've heard a lot about world currencies and things like that from all over the world leaders. There's going to be some kind of announcement. We just need to pay attention to how it's worded. Like, this ain't working anymore. The Federal Reserve sucks. Let's get rid of it. That kind of stuff. So collectively, we need to pay attention to what announcements are made this week. Okay? I'll drip drop this out until it eventually happens. That's this week. Okay? All right. Watch what Mr. and Mrs. T wear also. Yes, all their outfits are code. His is more along the lines of the ties and collars, or whether he's wearing one. We got a big one the other day. How'd you like the white cowboy hats? Well, now it's just obvious in your face. And then, of course, our beautiful, classy First Lady, Melania, her outfits are always code. And for anybody in here who says, I don't want to read code, well, tune in because we'll probably let you know. Okay? But it's good news. Let's just wait and hear some world announcement. Emperor and Empress are always Mr. and Mrs. T. World leaders making an announcement. Something we've been worried about that's going to make us happy. All righty. As a baby. What is the secret my husband is keeping from me? Oh, you slick. Now look. Is this because it's like a Christmas present? Or are you worried about something? Are you going to yell at me if it says, ain't none of your business? I don't know. Let's shuffle and find out. Worried about something and doesn't want you to worry. Do they not realize that not telling us makes us worry more? Because I'm a fixer. Don't lie to me and don't keep it from me, because I could probably have this fixed just like this. Just tell me what the hell is going on. Are you like that too? I might just have to increase my entertainment services if it's money. I'm just saying. Sorry, but that's the joke of the day. I'm still laughing and reeling over that. Is he worried about Christmas? Providing for Christmas stuff? It's money. It's money. But it has to do with like the near future. And the reason he's not telling you is like, I'm just trying to stay, let's just keep this calm, because if I tell you, we're going to start fighting. Yeah. Okay. So let's just move away from this conversation because we're going to fight. But this has to do with money. And he doesn't want to upset you. He might take your happiness away. If I don't tell her, she'll just stay happy. There's a death to something here. Is ending of a job or commitment or contract. Oh, well, he could worry about you killing him. I'm joking. There's finances involved. He's like, if I tell her, she's just going to yell at me. We're just going to fight. And he doesn't keep secrets. He's avoiding the conflict is what he's doing. He's going to keep it a secret. He's not going to tell you. You're going to have to wear him down before he wears you down, which could cause a fight in itself. So you have a choice to make. Do you push him, which could cause a fight, or do you let him handle it, but still stay stressed out? The choice is yours. Let's keep the kill him option off the table, okay? Let's not go to jail. Let him handle it. I would. Give him that power. Let him handle it. It doesn't specifically say because he's going to keep it a secret. It's why he's keeping it a secret is the thing. I think he's tired. He doesn't want to fight. He's tired of fighting. He's almost at the end of his rope too. And I get it. Maybe we'll read what they're going to come after us for. Well, the sneaky little bastards of the corporation system in all shapes and forms are sneaky, and they don't give a crap. They'll come after anything. They don't mind ripping the rug right out from underneath you because they're desperate. They have nothing. So try to keep the peace if you can. If not, if you feel the need, you need to confront him, then you do you, boo. He's stressed out. I know. What do you do? It's financial, though. Eva, darling. During my travels, I had an interesting encounter. A man. Oh, she found the man. A very sweet soul, great energy. What was the purpose of this meeting? Ooh, what's the purpose of this man? Are you asking if he's going to be your man? Well, let's see. What is the purpose of meeting this man? We know we have soul contracts with everybody, no matter how short nor long. See if there's a relationship, past energy, future energy. Well, right off the bat, you were. This is in the past. That's a marriage card. So you have been with this person before, but in the future, this is an investment partner. You possibly working together, manifesting investment endeavors. Yeah, this is generational wealth and stability. Has something to do with work. Leave it alone right now. Don't worry about it. Something tells me this guy's going to come back around. Because if you sit and daydream about it, you're going to get disappointed. Like, where is that man? He'll come back around within time, but you have to give it, okay? This is just going to be internal conflict. Married in the past, financial investment endeavor in the future, okay? But don't go hunting him down. And your base card is a huge Ace of Pentacles. So you're going to see him again, probably through work. So just give it time. And if you see him, don't jump on him, okay? Don't scare him to death. All right. All right. Where we at? Oh, let me refresh this. Okay. We're good there. Joe McWill. Here we go. Recently, my fingertips been pulsating and they are in sync to my heart. Also, I am feeling resistance when putting hands together. Is this a new gift I am manifesting? Usually it has to do with healing. But let's pull cards just to be sure. Remember, our hands, well, we're great sources of energy regardless, but our hands, because we're intentional when we move them, moving energy around, it's usually healing. Yeah, this is a new gift and it's really, really strong. This is why you can't ignore it, because the symptoms or side effects, whatever you want to call them, are really, really strong. This is one of many gifts you'll be able to offer to people. Now that's interesting because they're not focusing on so much the healing aspect as they are the manifestation. It's almost that if you or someone else has an envision of something that they want to manifest or happen, you can use your hands to ball up that manifestation energy because you have the Magician. Now, there's a morale question here. Not for you, for people that may find out that you have this talent and gift and want to use it for the wrong reason. You know this. You don't have to question your morals. But if somebody asks you to do something, well, let's manifest this. No, you have to stick with your morals and values and traditions of what you will allow. Okay? Take it slow with this newfound gift. Don't go too fast and do anything rash. Practice. I'd start with healing. This is about making people happy, making you happy as well. But we must stick to our morals and values. Okay? It's just the same thing that I always say in this field or line of work. We do not cast spells or take away from people's free will. So if somebody would come to you and say, hey, can you manifest this person's brake lines failing? No, we're not. Hey, can you manifest love, healing energy for my mama or something? Yes, absolutely we can. Divine purpose and intention are everything, not because you want someone to fail. You already know this. But congratulations on your new gift. Healing is involved, but it's more about manifestation and making things happen. Yeah, she's probably picking up the baby, but she can watch the replay. Pulled last night and they wouldn't tell you got a maybe yes or no. That's why. Okay. What do we got? Miss Colleen. Can I please get a message from Spirit for the week? Sure. All right. She needed to hear the long version. Well, you certainly get the long version with long-winded Jen. All right. Colleen, how's your week gonna go? Wings always tries to make me feel better as a baby. He says, you're not long-winded. You're just thorough. I said sarcasm. Hello, Smiley. Welcome. Joe Petrie, that was a message. Just saying. Colleen, don't worry about your finances. They're going to get better. New opportunity here. Lots of financial stuff here. This is you worried about finances. These are investments. These are both investment cards. You're trusting the procedure and process of work that you've put in, time that you've put in. This is all worth it. This is strength. And this is future contract, getting called for a contract. Miss Colleen, if you are involved with this RIRV humanitarian, then they're just reassuring you this week. The judgment is always about movement and someone trying to get your attention. You may hear something or maybe have a better opportunity for investment. You have a lot of investment cards in this. If you have the opportunity to invest in more, they're saying do it this week. Okay? Joe, I just saw the name Smiley, and I smiled. I thought, felt like a message. All right, Eva. Will my trip to Toronto go well? Well, let's find out. Maybe you'll see your man. Okay. Colleen, Wings is still emphasizing on your investment answer. Anything that you invest in, that means any of your purchases that you make this week, think them through and do it this week. Take advantage of whatever deal it is. It could be buying bologna at the grocery store. Get the good deal, but do it this week. Okay. Okay. I was wondering if you caught that. I caught it right off the bat and I went, oh, Smiley's in here. Okay. And whoever our Smiley is going, what the crap are they talking about? We crazy. It's an inside joke. All right. Going to Toronto, Miss Eva. Possibly manhunting. We don't know. How's her trip going to go? Wow. Spirit's a little sassy today. Ain't none of your business. Don't worry about it. I've noticed that when we get pushy, this is not just Eva, this is everybody as a collective. When we get pushy to the point that we want detailed answers to every little thing and aspect in our life, I want to know ahead of time. Spirit pushes back and the universe starts to get offended, so to speak, going, how about you just live your life and stop asking questions? That's the attitude that I feel when they start doing this. This is not just for Miss Eva. This is everybody. How many times have we gotten this today? It's not your business. How about you just go with it? Damn. I don't know who peed in their Cheerios today, but I think it's funny. Are you going for work, Eva? I'm just curious. This is finances. You're juggling. You always try to take a trip and use it for dual purposes here. This is a little, there is a man involved. Who you seeing? Control your emotions. Watch your words of what you say. I don't know if you're going to go visit family or whatever it is, but that's stability and financial security. That's what makes me lead to possibly work or investment. This is almost just go with the flow. Just kind of stick to your morals, your values, tradition. This may be just a trip that is always taken. Don't walk away with loss and focusing on what you didn't get to do. Focus on the positive, what you did get to do. You're meant to go. It's almost like don't think that there's an ulterior motive to the trip. Just go and do your thing and let life unfold naturally. Okay? Safety wise, you're going to be fine. But they're just saying go with the flow. Don't walk into it anticipating or with high expectations. Just enjoy it. Okay. Miss Renee, what is this radiation fog situation happening in Cali? I didn't know there was one. Is this news? Is it an actual thing, or is this a scare tactic? Radiation fog. I think I've heard it all now. Okay. What's going on? Radiation fog. That's nice. Well, they do everything else to us. Go with the flow. That's good advice. It is. It's just not always, because we're control freaks, and I need to know. I need to know what's going to happen. Is it good or bad? And they're like, how about you just find out for yourself? They get a little snappy. It may be because we generally ask the same thing over and over and over again, and they're like, find out. And I guess I understand that. It's not really living if you know what's going to happen, if you know the next move. We're planners. What can we say? Radiation fog. Miss Renee, when you say radiation fog, it makes me wonder. I'm like, if they got some kind of weird, nasty agenda, and then it makes you wonder, why would the good guys allow that to happen? I don't know. Let's find out. Radiation fog. It's not radiation fog. Whatever it is that they're spraying in the air is positive. But let's scare the crap out of you. They are cleaning up a mess that's been around for a long time in a lot of communities. This has happened for generations. that's been going on. This is all the communities. This is something new. He's looking up, going, what the crap is that? That's a chemtrail or sprayed in the atmosphere card that you see coming in. Do not let this emotionally upset you. This is what they want everyone to have a knee-jerk reaction and go, holy shit, what is that? And that's what they want. No, I get that this is more of a calming of a temperament. This is a positive thing. Whatever they're calling it or whatever it is, I almost get the feeling that let's make it as bad and sound as bad as it possibly can, because when they are running scared and they're terrified, ooh, that's fresh loosh. Does that make sense? But it's actually the good guys doing good things. I hope that makes sense, Renee. You have the Strength card. And the base card tells me everything I need to know. When whatever they call radiation fog, that's smoke and mirrors. No, it ain't. This is good. They're cleaning up a hot mess. So I wouldn't worry about it. And when you start hearing those words or terms on the news, and it's to get everybody all upset and scared, Miss Renee, you probably don't cuss, but Jen's going to do it for you. Tell him to fuck off. Whatever. Just ignore it. There is nothing there that's negative. Okay? Yeah, there's spraying a little bit everywhere. I still do not pick up on negative chemtrails anywhere. I get that it's a neutralizer for what they have been spraying in the atmosphere. But they're making it more visible because they need the sleepers to wake up. And if they haven't realized it's been happening, we've known it for years, they could look up and go, what the crap, they are spraying something. What is that? It makes them aware of the situation. But what they're spraying is not bad. Now, if you get a different answer or someone else gives you a different answer, you do you, boo. Whatever you discern, go with that. But I haven't got anything negative. All right. Miss Terry. Just a yes or no? Well, she's very adamant. Okay. All right. Miss Terry will get the answer when she's done running around. Do you do dream interpretations? I do. I use different forms. Spiritual analyzing based on what certain objects mean certain things, what they represent. But I also have dream interpretation decks that I combine with tarot to do the full interpretation. Of course, like anything else, for entertainment purposes only, apparently now on the street corner, use your own discernment. But since I don't know how to do straight yes or no answers and leave it at that, yes, and everything I just said. There you go. Love you, Tara. All right, let's check the coffee page. We're good. Last question. Sister Pam. Friday night around 2 a.m., I started crying and sobbing and saying, I'm releasing, but it's not from me. It was very intense, and after a while, I just suddenly stopped crying. What was this about? Sounds like a fractal, but let's find out. We are getting at the edge of the transition of these worlds that we're in. Let me take this off the screen. And we are retrieving fractals that are in different densities. So they're dying off somewhere else. This is a sad time. So their family, they're feeling, they probably know it, feel it. This energy, those energies start coming back to us. You will feel it. You may start, it's not hormones. You just may burst into tears for no reason. There is a reason. But let's find out, Miss Pam. Marcy, I think I'll take it about 6 steps too far, but you know, it's what I do. I don't like half-assed answers or yes, no, maybe. I don't know. I mean, if I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know, but I'll probably get a 5-page report to go along with it. I think people deserve more than that. Now, if other people just do short and sweet, God bless them. It's just not me. Okay, darling, you have a fractal that has lost. Don't worry, this is divine. Okay. So this is a fractal coming from a different density, different parallel universe. Their life cycle is up. It's returning to you, but it was a devastating event. The Tower card could have been a shocking event. Just for an example, your fractal may have been hit by a bus. We don't know. But it was a shock and it returns. Allow this body, this meat sack, to grieve and go through the emotional process. Then welcome the fractal home. Cleanse, release, forgive, get through all of that fractal's business, and it'll get better from there. And then you will actually be stronger for it. So you did receive a fractal. Okay? Yeah. It feels a little lost and sad, like what the hell just happened to me and where am I at? So you need to say, Pam, welcome to Pam. You are home now, and I accept you. And we'll do forgiveness, and I'll give you a big old hug. And so Pam's going to talk to Pam. And this is good advice for anybody that has fractal issues right now. A lot of them are returning to home. They have clicked their heels 3 times, and now they're returning. Welcome. But they're sad. It was a sudden event from where they're from. So let's love on them. Of course, when my fractals return, sometimes I ask for ID at the door, but it's safer that way. You never know. You have to. They could be entertainment service providers. Okay? All right. Now that I have ran that joke into the ground today, sorry, it's still funny. All right. I think that's it. That'd be all, folks. All right. Tara, were you listening? Did you get your answer? The 5-page report? Okay. All right, guys. So here's the schedule. Tomorrow is private readings. And Wednesdays, actually, I have both. I have private readings and the show. Oh, that's why I wrote it down. Morning, show, afternoon. That means around the clock. Getting them all in before the holidays. Okay? And then Thursday, we have private reading. We have private readings, and then we'll do humanitarian, and then same old on Friday. And then I'm saying goodbye to you. I'll see you next year, folks. All right. Guys, enjoy your evening. Be blessed. Be happy. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I highly recommend you keep your pants on because it's too damn cold. Okay? If you need me, email me. All right? But behave yourselves. All right. I love ya. Y'all take it easy. No worries. Breathe. All right, guys. Till next time. Bye.